I'm pushing in. I have no right to be here. haven't helped in any way, but I love the look of it. And isn't the smell great?
Fabulous.
It's a real sensory thing.
Stem, so that can actually start to twine in with that as well. I usually leave that sort of this stage, and you get that soft,
Fluffy.
Yeah.
Is that grass you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, stuff.
Now you're going to have to sit and do that again when Barb comes around.
We didn't do the cardboard or the carpet when we made ours, and I'll tell you that is a mistake.
This is the really
the big one. And we also made 3 little ones together at a garden festival day once, but the weeds really killed it off. They came up underneath. You didn't want to
come in through it as well.
Well, yeah. Initially we did it where it wasn't a cleared area. We did it on the grass sort of space, thinking not thinking actually, thinking
long
it'll be
term.
nice from the grass and hop on there, but it all invaded and they couldn't cut the grass up against the. So you had all this long grass coming, and then it looked really rank. And then grass coming up in through the nest. So it all decomposed, and that took its natural course, but it was not looking great before that. You know.
Yeah. And I guess you want it to look as good.
Well, it looked fantastic when it was made, you know, and for that little while, but we just had the wrong preparation. So having cardboard or having, on mulch.
So what sort of material do you use for your big nest? What have you used for the liner?
We had because we've got a lot of eucalyptus, we used a lot of those branches. We had a willow that came down, so we just chopped that up and used a lot of that.
Yeah.
It was not a willow that had lots of these lovely long whips, but the typical ones you see around with lots of little short leaves, and that came down, and the trunks of it were quite brittle. This is looking very inviting.
They're getting right into it, aren't they? So you could restock it as you go if it was starting to really start to mulch down.
Renovate it and add more, because you're always going to have a supply. Put a few more flowers in, and could really do a
we're at
Christmas
camp,
theme.
so if we had a new camp coming in and it was getting a bit we could just
exercise for them
start weaving some ukes or something in there.
Yeah.
Something a bit smelly.
Because I was thinking of putting one in the front yard at Kinder, because there's this area where you wait. But then also, if you've got it, the kids are going to get in it, and so I want sort of a material that's not going to poke them too much.
Yes.
Or freak the parents out
too much. We had to create like a little ladder into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had something that had been used for sort of athletics, what we used to call P&P years ago, that had like these little something motor program for kids, and there were these little step ladders, like in the Lady Gowrie slide, that had their kind of installation outdoor equipment.
I know those things.
And we put one of those.
Have that,
We put one of those in there, and that kind of flattened a little spot down, which eventually became a spot where you could sit on and spin in when we took that away, because it didn't look great.
Yeah.
But this is looking very cosy. And we also wove eggs out of the willow, the little bits of willow left.
Really?
We wove some eggs and put them in. Yeah, just open.
Down going, what?
No, it's not. Oh my God, who's moved in?
Yeah, the word's gone around. There's down there. Where's the bird? There's a big guy. Someone's making a big mess. A big bird.
Some attention seeker.
So obviously, installation is one thing, or installing and it being there is one thing. The ongoing aspect of this, which can be quite fun, is as you have more materials, obviously this will, and depending on some of this, like the cannas, they'll break down and they'll decompose a heck of a lot differently than the bamboo will, for example. So some of this will settle down and it'll rot down, but then that's when the next sort of the ongoing connection of it is that you come back and rebuild the nest, and you keep adding to the nest. Or if a branch falls down in the schoolyard, then they go, oh, that's for the nest. So they collect nesting, and the nest actually keeps going, because that's the thing, it'll break down over time because it's plant material obviously, but that's where the ongoing engagement with kids is about rebuilding, revitalising it as you're going along.
And any pregnant women on staff can go down there and
Absolutely, there's your
do
Ian
their
Geddes
nesting.
moment. Or someone that's about to be,